So how do you finance a dual occupancy the smart way? My name's Colin Fragar from the Council Approval Group, and having done these personally, not just for our investors, we've probably done over 1,000 projects for our clients, but done these personally for myself, I know what it's like to think about, okay, well, I think I can get a dual occupancy, but how am I going to finance this? And I wanted to give you some thoughts around that. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, but I have done the School of Hard Knocks, and so I can share with you those tricks. So a dual occupancy literally adds hundreds of thousands of dollars to one's portfolio. That's been my experience. Whether you're able to pull off a dual occupancy subdivision where you subdivide it, or you just have two awesome high-performing rental properties back to back, or maybe you want to live in one of them and the other one's for your mum or family member. Whatever your reasons for doing a dual occupancy, the reality is you're not going to pull it off unless you finance it. So in terms of financing a dual occupancy, it really depends on what dual occupancy type you're going for. So just a few different scenarios for that. The good news is that banks, if you are looking at doing a dual occupancy, banks, most lenders will allow for a construction loan where there are two properties on one title. As soon as you go to 3 properties like multi-unit housing, townhouses, that sort of thing, it gets into a different layer of lending, sometimes commercial lending, but a dual occupancy is generally smiled at by most lenders, so that's the good news. The thought that I have for you is this. This is one that I did recently, and it's a property that my wife and I owned. And what it was a dual occupancy. We had an existing house. So this is an example where there's an existing one. We only needed to come up with around $300,000 worth of finance to be able to build the dual occupancy. The lender was able to find enough equity in our property because of the approval that we had received. So that's an important point for anybody who's thinking about getting council approval. When you do get that council approval, it does add value instantly to your property. You might have seen DA sites, they call it, DA site for sale. It's already been approved and people charge a premium for that. So if you've got your approval, often there is some latent equity, some untapped equity or lazy equity that you can use to capitalize. As well as that, most lenders will do a 100% construction loan depending on your financial situation. Obviously, you need to talk to a good mortgage broker about this, but really for you, if you're thinking about doing a dual occupancy, the first step is to see what's the likelihood of getting approval if you haven't got it already. And in order to do that, I would like to bring you back to a couple of resources. The first is the ultimate guide to achieving council approval. So this is something that we put together to help people like you with a lot of tips and tricks in there about dual occupancies. The second thing is to make sure that you jump onto the telephone or onto our website and book in a 30-minute consultation with one of our team where we can go through what your dreams and ambitions are and really help you to create a roadmap for your future in terms of property and getting council approval. Thank you for watching. My name is Colin Fragar and I wish you every success.